Thanks so much, everyone, for your support during that Clay Fighter run. I regret to inform you I was not able to pull out the victory, but we're doing good. I have a donation here from Birchema for a $1.83 who says, rounding it out for Captain Star Trek. So that brings our total to $6,774. Thank you so much for those donations.
Not gonna get very far into this because a bit longer than a half-hour game, but it'll be a fun time regardless. If anyone's familiar with Maniac Mansion on the, let's see, I am familiar with it on the NES, but it did come out on a couple other things at the time. So the Apple II, for instance, heck, has reminded me of what that came on. Day of the Tentacle was also a PC release that then eventually made its way to some other formats, like the PS4 is a remastered version, which is what I'm playing right now. Do not need the commentary. And, oh yeah, you can get this on PS4, played on PS5, which I'm doing right now, and it's quality of it's pretty good. Visuals and everything. Holds up pretty well for basically a 30-year-old game.
I'm thirsty.
One thing we get in this too is
I think you should drink that.
audio dialogue. We don't have that in the first game. But
It looks bad for you.
Nonsense. It makes me feel great. Smarter. More aggressive. I feel like I could. Like I could. Like I could. Take on the world.
uh-oh.
Boat, I got a quick question from chat. We had a question, which is, when does the combat start?
It's a hamster.
So, Jarbachoff wanted to know on that one.
It's about 45 minutes into this game after a very long, drawn-out prologue. There will be a fishing element as well.
Hands off.
Okay, very important. Yeah, good to know. Good to know. Thank you.
Yours, Bernard.
He belongs to Weird Ed Edison, and it looks like he's brought us a note. It's from my old friend, Green Tentacle. He says that Purple Tentacle's mutated into an insane genius, and Dr. Fred's going to kill them both.
So Dr. Fred
I thought I was free
owns
of
the
Dr.
mansion.
Fred and those
It's in
crazy
Maniac
Edisons
Mansion.
forever.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that guy looked a little familiar to me as someone who's played Maniac Mansion.
And Bernard here is one of the characters you can pick in Maniac
To the
Mansion.
mansion.
We got some people from the first game in this, and then we got a couple of new characters as well. What was this?
Okay, we'll spread out commando style. Laverne, you go secure the area behind those double doors. Hoagie, you take care of upstairs reconnaissance. I'll maintain Command HQ here, in the lobby.
What are we looking for?
We've got to find where Dr. Fred is holding the tentacles.
This better not take too long. I've got an anatomy final tomorrow.
and I've got a show to set up later tonight. If I'm late, I don't get to test the drums.
If I know Dr. Fred, he's got the tentacles tied up in his secret lab. Question is, where's his secret lab?
Alright, control overlay. I won't remember all of that, so that's fine. We'll just have fun with that. So just like in Maniac Mansion, this is a kind of a point-and-click, adventure where you can interact with the rooms you're in. I played Maniac Mansion last year on the stream. I thought it was appropriate to play this this year, and a fun time. And it sounds like we have a donation. Amen.
Yeah, just got a big breaking donation here that just came in. Let me pull it up for you just a second. Yeah, so we just got a $69 donation. Nice. And the comment in there says, everyone is doing such a nice job today. Keep it up. So thank you, Silver Marquis, for that $69 donation. Nice. That $69 is also headed toward the splatter shot in the latest Splatoon 3 side order DLC incentive run we're going to try to decide which weapon Alex is going to be using. And we're currently at Splattershot and the Splatbrella, both neck and neck, only a few dollars separating them right now. Just about, what is that, about $11 or so between them? So that one is still very much in play for people who want to dictate what Alex is playing with.
A horticultural horror.
Awesome, thank you for that. So, with a lot of the objects that you find in each of these rooms, and just like the first game too, sometimes it's trial and error just to figure out, okay, can I take this with me? Can I push it? Can I, move it? Whatever. How can I interact with it? So, for instance, if I try to pull this,
I can't touch it. It's spiny.
So you'll know right away if you can actually interact with certain objects certain ways.
Laverne's covering that territory.
So we'll kind of poke around the room
That one
here.
looks like it's from a local hardware store.
Awesome. Can we look at the flyer there, Bernard? That's always gonna tell. So let's see. Yes, this is probably locked. Might not be. All right. Go in. So what's cool about this game, just like Maniac Mansion, there's puzzles throughout the mansion, and you're basically trying to figure out how to advance through to, once again, find the secret lab. And the first game you're trying to save Dave's girlfriend. In this one, you are, as he stated at the beginning, he got a letter from the Green Tentacle, who he's buddies with, in the first game, and explain, like, hey, there's something going on with Purple Tentacle, can you come help? Our objective is trying to get him through and interacting with objects to advance through the game. There's a lot of those puzzle elements as you're trying to solve, like, okay, I can't get into this yet, maybe I'll find that object later that will let me access this, or take this later. Let's try to use phone.
I left my little black book at home.
Okay. Can take that.
Gee, Dr. Fred doesn't have a penny. Boy, the Edisons are a spectacularly ugly family.
I think there's a lot of jokes about that in the first game too. That comes up.
It's closed.
Stating the obvious there.
Wow, it's from my favorite movie.
And if anyone caught, it's LucasArts behind that helped with this game. So person a few Star Wars there.
Always make sure they get your good side. Looks like Dr. Fred wearing a powdered wig. Handsome in a way, but I'm glad he eventually accepted his hair loss. I don't know the combination.
Why not, Bernard? So already we know we need a combination to that safe to get into that. Want this dime probably for something later, and I can't pick that up now because it's stuck too dumb. So we'll have to find something to pry that off the floor.
Aha! A secret passage. This is all too easy.
Laverne, how'd you get upstairs?
Am I upstairs? I got lost.
Seen any tentacles?
What's a tentacle?
Oh, just something I whipped up in my spare time. Made good pets, actually. Until one of them tried to take over the world. Had to tie the little buggers up in the basement.
Good thing you told us that.
Yeah, Bernard wanted us to set them free.
Thank God you weren't that stupid. Did you say Bernard?
Okay, you're free to go.
Thanks, Bernard.
Yes, thank you, naive human. Now I can finish taking over the world.
Wait!
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. He's incredibly evil, isn't he?
I'll try to talk him out of it.
Well, what possible harm could one insane mutant tentacle do?
Leaping lab rats!
Dr. Fred.
What have you done this time, you meddling milquetoast? Now Purple Tentacle is free to use his evil mutant powers to take over the world and enslave all humanity!
Whoops.
Our only hope now is to turn off my sludge-o-magic machine and prevent the toxic mutagen from entering the river.
Isn't it a little late for that, Doctor?
Of course, that's why I'll have to do it. Yesterday, through the time machine.
This is all your fault, Bernard.
Behold, children, the Chronogon.
Doc, can't you just send Bernard?
No, you must all go to increase the odds that one of you will make it there alive.
Have any people ever been hurt in this thing?
Of course not. This is the first time I've ever tried it on people. Well, I'll be.
Bernard, float over here so I can punch you.
This must be that Woodstock place Mom and Dad are always talking about.
What could it all mean?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Die! Die! We may not live to see yesterday.
I'm sure Dr. Fred wouldn't have done this if it weren't safe.
After all, he is a doctor.
It works! I can't believe it! And they said imitation diamond wasn't good enough. Uh-oh. cheap mail
Apparently
order
there's a
jewels.
porta-john built
What
into
happened
that.
to Hoagie and Laverne?
I knew I should have bought a real diamond.
Are they alive?
My dials say that the larger specimen landed 200 years in the past, and the other is stuck 200 years in the future.
Well, hurry up and bring them back.
I will, as soon as I get a new diamond. Then all your buddies have to do is plug in their respective chronogens and...
Plug them in? Where is Hoagie going to find an electrical outlet 200 years in the past?
Yes, well, he'll be needing my patented super battery then, won't he? Now, where did I put those patented super battery plans of mine?
Plans? How are we gonna get Hoagie plans?
Don't worry me with details, boy. Just help me find the plans. They're in this house somewhere.
Now what am I going to do?
I think I made myself perfectly clear. Step 1, find plans. Step 2, save world. Step 3, get out of my house. Let's get cracking.
Yeah, seriously, stop going in Dr. Fred's house, dude. Alright, so... as you see, now we have our 3 characters now stuck in their own respective times.
Maybe I put them upstairs. That's got to be it. Upstairs.
There, it's off. But it's too late now. It's Dr. Fred's design for a super battery. It's capable of storing up to 1 gigavolt with a charging time of only 0.01 seconds. Wow! I've got the plans.
Quick, we have to flush them to Hoagie.
How did you get over there?
My ingenious super battery design, please.
You really flushed them.
Yes.
Down the toilet.
No, through time. Using the highly sophisticated time flux hydraulic vortex chamber I've installed in each chronogen, you can flush small inanimate objects to each other through time. Flush small inanimate objects to each other through time.
Hello? Dr. Fred, can you hear me? Drat.
Did you hear something?
No. Let's see if what's-his-name catches on.
Oh, great. I'm stuck in colonial times, tentacles are taking over the world, and now the toilet's backing up.
Hoagie, come over here. It's your old pal, Dr. Fred.
Dr. Fred, how'd you get in there?
I want you to pick up those plans you see in the chronogen, Hoagie. Bring them to Red Edison. He's my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He'll know what to do.
You need the plans to make a super battery so you can plug in your chronogen.
Okay, if you say so, Bernard.
Good boy. Does he have any experience with electronics?
Well, I once saw him take 3,000 volts directly through his head without batting an eye.
Didn't he pass out?
Well, he was already passed out when it happened.
Time for me to save the world, I guess. It's empty.
Alright, so as you can see there, there's a mechanism for passing items between your characters, even though they're stuck in different timelines. You can use the toilet built into these time machines to be able to pass those items, which is going to be a common thing for folks as they, as needed. When you find one item, you're not going to be able to use it in one timeline, but it might be useful for one of your other characters to use in another timeline.
Get me down from here!
It's totally covered with crud. I don't wanna. What's up? Don't feel like talking, huh? Vow of silence or something, probably, right? Well, that's cool. I have something for Red Edison. Do you know where I could find him? Great hat, man. Later, dude.
Right. That guy. Let's go on here. What's going on over here? Oh, and Hancock.
Yo.
Hello?
What's up, you cold?
Cold? I'm freezing.
Why don't you build a fire?
Well, I keep asking Jefferson to build a fire, but he won't. Says he needs the log for posterity and won't part with it.
You mean it's like a symbol of growth or something?
I don't get any respect around here. Why, I bet if George I spent the winter in Valley Forge, Washington was cold, we'd get some heat in here.
Well, I gotta go, dude. Hey, tall, dark, and spiffy, my name's Hoagie.
Well, how quaint. I am, of course, Thomas Jefferson, noted scholar, musician, horseman, student of the sciences, member of the bar.
Oh, sure, I've heard of you, dude. Could you start a fire, please?
Love to oblige you, young man, but I can't. This is the only log, and I'm saving it for posterity.
How could you let Hancock suffer like that?
A real man is warmed by the fires of his spirit. You should listen to Washington relate his experiences at Valley Forge and take heed.
Later, brah.
Later, bro.
What? What's going to happen later?
Of course, you could always try to steal things, but some people will yell at you.
Sorry, I'm saving it. It's going to be a famous log.
Excuse me. Yes? Whoa, you're like George Washington. Very much like him, according to my wife, Mrs. Washington. Whoa. Indeed. Weren't you president or something? Yes, I expect to be chosen president unanimously. I'm very well connected. Do you think I should be the ecology president or the education president? Depends on how many cherry trees you've chopped down. Well, I am quite the adept tree cutter. Men still tell tales of my youthful prowess. Would you give me a demonstration? I don't see why I should. Cold enough for you? Cold? Why, you don't know the meaning of the word. I spent a winter at Valley Forge. Now that was cold. Why, my spit would freeze before it hit the ground. Cool. Extremely.
Alright, that's some famous people. Let's, figure out what's going on in here. Got some spaghetti. Oil. Open pantry.
I can't open it.
Why not?
Bitchin'. Bitchin'. I don't wanna.
It's over here. Yeah, that's right. You can toggle actually between the more kind of original style too. It's kind of similar to the Maniac Mansion style. With the newer style where you can just select something and have a menu option. And we got a donation in.
Yeah, we just got a $50 donation from Rachel Carter. So thank you very much for that donation, Rachel.
But yeah, this is I remember how to do one other thing because you can usually switch between
So as
characters.
soon as Hoagie gets that
there we
memory
go.
working, we're set.
So just like Maniac Mansion, you can switch between your characters at any point too. So if you're in the middle of doing one thing with one character, you can switch to another and then do something with that character.
Alive?
So, pretty much the same premise as Maniac Mansion, just a little bit more involved.
And everything, but
A little different dynamic too with the time differences, but it's pretty much kind of a similar type of game. And it's a lot of fun, and half hour really doesn't do it justice, but check it out if you can. If you got a PlayStation 4 or 5, you can play it now, and it's a fun time. But thank you guys for letting me play this, and we got my spouse up next for Tears of the Kingdom. So stay tuned.